This is the iPhone 14 Pro, and after almost 3 months of using it, I can most definitely say that this is not a phone that you should be spending 1.3 lakhs on. That's it. That's the video. Thanks for watching. I'm kidding. Of course, if you're still watching and you don't just want a conclusion out of this video but want to look at the finer details, in today's video, let's talk about why the iPhone 14 Pro is really not worth the price that, it's currently on sale for in the Indian market. Yo, what's up guys? Anubhav here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Had a pretty long break actually, so if any of my old viewers are watching this video, you'll get videos here consistently from now on. Yeah, so stay tuned and subscribe, I guess. With that said, let's get started. Okay, reason number one why I don't think the iPhone is worth the price. Now, for me personally, this has nothing to do with the phone itself, but the fact that no phone really should be worth 1.4 lakhs, especially here in India. Now, if you compare the outside pricing, let's say US or Canada for this same phone, and compare it to India, even though those phones are expensive and reviewers there have aptly put it so, it still looks like a great deal when you consider the pricing in India, which is just so much more. Now, whatever the reason may be for that pricing, whether it's a phone or not, I just cannot justify people spending this amount of money on a phone. For me, if you ask my personal opinion, I think maximum limit of buying a phone here, whether it's a flagship or any kind of phone really, should be an upper limit of 1 lakh, which itself is also crazy and blows my mind just to think of, because around 4-5 years ago we used to get the best of the best flagship phones for 50-60k, and even that was considered expensive. So yeah, that is my honest opinion. If you have money to burn and you just want the latest and the greatest, by all means go for it. There's nothing wrong with these phones, but that's reason number one. Alright, reason number two. Now, you might be enticed to get this phone because of all the new features that Apple has marketed so aptly. I'm talking about the dynamic island, I'm talking about the new 48 megapixel primary sensor, I'm talking about Apple Pro RAW in the 48 megapixel mode, action mode, and so much more that's happened in the cameras. But let me tell you, these features, while it may seem cool to try out, especially if you get the phone and you use it for a week or so, these are just that, novelty features that, lose their charm pretty quick. After almost 3 months of using this phone, I don't even notice the dynamic island as being a standout feature. And while the 48 megapixel photos are so good, it's one of the best smartphone camera, photos as well as processing that I have seen. The fact of the matter is that to turn on the 48 megapixel mode, after you open the camera, you have to click on a little icon to turn that on. And sometimes that takes time. So I don't even really use the 48 megapixel mode that much. And I just, open the camera, click the shutter button when the moment is actually there that I want to capture, and I just take the 12 megapixel readout of the sensor anyway. So yeah, it's an added step which I feel could be removed if we could just have a toggle that lets you turn on 48 megapixel all the time for people that want to use it. But yeah, that's it. These are just novelty features that 99% of the people, with everyday folk that are gonna get this phone, are really not gonna spend that much time into after this novelty wears off. Alright, what else is new? Not a whole lot it seems. Well, I am here to say that if you are already a Pro iPhone user, even if you have the 13 Pro or the 12 Pro, and you do not want the best of the cameras and the brand new chip and the hardware, you are really not missing out on a lot. Trust me, you don't need to get the latest iPhone every single year just by following that marketing jargon. And yeah, you're pretty much not really gaining anything out of this world, since it's a pretty minor incremental change. That's it. I said it. Don't kill me in the comments, Apple fanboys. Oh, also, one thing that I forgot to mention is the new always-on display. Now, yes, it's cool, but like a lot of people have said, and like I have used it as well for such a long as my primary device, the always-on display is actually a little too bright and a little too distracting, especially if you have your phone docked in your workstation or anywhere where you can have a direct line of sight with it. So more often than not, even I turn it off because A, it's gonna save more battery life, and B, it almost feels like my phone is on and it just distracts me into looking at it, which should not be the point of a good always-on display like the way Samsung does it. So yeah, that's that. Well, now you know that this iPhone Pro lineup is not really that much different from its predecessors. Take it from a guy who bought it with his own money and has been using it as his daily driver ever since. Now, I'm not going to talk about the great display, the great battery life, the amazing build quality, because fact of the matter is, This is an iPhone, and most of the people watching this know how an iPhone feels like, and there are tons of other reviews if you want to know the specs and the build quality and the in-hand feel and all of that. They're all great, but they're not as great as to spend so much money on a phone. The fact of the matter is, if you already have an iPhone or even an Android, and if you're in the market for a new phone, there are so many phones under the 1 lakh, hell, even the 70,000-80,000 budget that are gonna be absolutely insane and extremely value for money, and can and will give the iPhone a run for its money in every single category, if not all of them. You don't need the crazy new shiniest iPhone every single year, especially if you can be smart enough and look past the novelty or the new features that the company markets itself as. I got this phone with my own money, and I spent 1.4 lakhs Indian rupees on it because this is the 256GB version. And yeah, if I was a normal person who was not gonna be making videos on it, not reviewing it, not using it to create more content for you guys and people over at my Instagram, I would have never spent this much money on a phone. So make a smart decision and use your money wisely. With that said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video about the iPhone 14 Pro and why I really think it's not that special, especially after using it for so long. And yeah, consistent videos from now on, and hopefully you guys like the new space. I am back in Calcutta for people who are still watching, and yeah, I'm just going to be making videos from now on. Also, be sure to follow me at my Instagram at _AnubhavRoy_, because you'll find short form content and reels and more photos and behind the scenes over there as well. So if that kind of stuff interests you, you can always hop on there, shoot me a hi, and yeah, we can chat, have a conversation about tech and whatnot. With that said, this is Anubhav signing out. Feels really good to be back to you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Peace out.